So I've had customers show me where they've been to the pool shop to get a printout, and I look at the details of the pool, 50,000 litres. And I said, mate, did you tell the guy that your pool's like 80,000 litres? And he goes, oh no, he just said most pools are 50,000 litres. And I said, your salt level here, it says it should be 3.5 to 4,000 parts per million. And I know the brand of chlorinator you've got runs at 5,500 parts per million. So there's a classic example of being able to give an educated opinion and advice on site, because you're looking at the environment, you're looking at the equipment, you're looking at the condition of the pool, where the equipment's located. You know, you could have a myriad of things that the pool shop's never going to know. So it's a bit of a guess for them, whereas we can provide a professional service on site with all the gear and with our knowledge.
Joining us today is Anthony Ryan from Jim's Pool Care Mount Gravatt, and your franchisor nominated you for being a star franchisee and providing great customer service since being with us towards the end of 2019 when you started. And first of all, just present you with this Accor Silver membership, which is basically 2 free nights to any Accor hotel in the world, plus a lot of discounts for drinks and for meals and all that sort of stuff. So it's worth around $600, $700. So that's our thank you from us.
Well, thank you very much.
No worries. So let's start with a bit about yourself, Anthony. What were you doing prior to Jim's Pool Care?
I was a mechanic for about 30 years, management roles, workshop control, service manager type stuff. Didn't like it for about 15 years. Just didn't know what else I could do. And by pure fluke, I stumbled on this and I haven't looked back.
Yeah, how'd you find out about Jim's Pool Care?
Facebook.
Right. So just scrolling through one night and you saw the pool care ad come in?
Yeah, and said, if you think, you could do this, put in an inquiry. And next day, Brett Blair rang me and, we had a meeting and it all snowballed from there.
And what was it about that did you always have an interest in that sort of thing, or just thought you could do it, or what was it about pool care in particular?
Just thought I could do it. I even said to Brett, is this something that somebody like me could do? And he said, yeah, he reckons I'd do it on my ear. So, yeah, here I am.
And then how was the training experience from going from something completely unrelated to what you were doing?
Really good, really good. I went out a day drive along with one of the other franchisees in the area and enjoyed it, listening to him, talking to him and hearing about his lifestyle and, being able to finish early, do this, do that. You're not working for the man anymore. So that, whet my appetite. So I went out with another guy for a day and he ran his business quite a bit differently, but still all positive. I liked it as well. In fact, I probably leaned towards the second guy I went out with business model.
Okay.
But after that, we got the ball rolling, decided I wanted to do it. I, quit my other job and then signed up, did the, I can't remember if I went on the road, started the on-road training before or after I went to Melbourne for Jim's training. But it all happened really, really quick. So between, I think I met with Brett on the Echo Wednesday up here in August, and I was on the road on the 19th of November.
Wow. And how did it feel putting that resignation in after 30 years?
Oh, fantastic. It's so good. And I don't know whether they saw it coming or not, but I got called into the manager's office one morning and we had a chat about a few things, and I said, yeah, that works for me. So then I handed in the envelope and said, see you later. Yeah, it was just, all rolled on from that. And
But was that the hardest thing for you in your process, knowing what you know now, was just doing that step to do that? Because, if you're thinking about something for 15 years or, you didn't want to do that for a long time, it's a very scary thing. Like that seems to be the scariest thing people to do. But once they do it and pull that lever, it just seems to go down. Yeah.
100%. Every time I think back and think, why didn't I do it earlier? I think because I didn't know. I looked at a lot of things. Could I do this? Could I do that? At the end of the day, I'd never go back to working for somebody. Ever. It's too good a lifestyle. And
with your training as well, how long was your on the road training before you were out fully on your own?
We do 10 days on the road. We've got to fill in logbooks every day of what we've done, where we've been, that sort of stuff. And then we do a pool school, 1 or 2 days at head office there, do a lot of theory and product knowledge and all that sort of stuff. So it was good. And then once that all finishes and you're on the road by yourself, you've got such a network to fall back on. Brett Blair is super accessible for a divisional franchisor, obviously has lots and lots of stuff to do. But all the other franchisees, they're all really good guys and always happy to take a call, help you out, And
what was that first week like for you? When it's a bit, you do, because that thing is, you don't have to pay coming on that fortnight or whatever it is, and you go, geez, this is my own thing now. Like, how was that first week for you?
Yeah, very daunting. I think I sort of hit the ground running at a good time of year, like November The swimming season had already started, so leads were coming in thick and fast. But I also, I just took everything that came in. It didn't matter whether I had to drive 50 Ks or 2 Ks. I'd take it just to get the ball rolling. And now I'm sort of at the point where I don't take any leads and I only do new customers on referral.
It's great.
Yeah. And I've been able to weed out some of those, long way away customers and stuff, or hand them off to other boys, just to try and reduce my area. So, but I talked to you after training in Melbourne. We did a little interview back in 2019, and I think I said I wanted to get about 50 regular customers in my first year. I didn't quite hit that, but where I'm at now, I'd have probably somewhere between 80 and 90. I could take more if I wanted to, but I don't want to because I also took this job for a lifestyle change. So, I finished early yesterday and went to lunch with my kids. So
that's great.
Yeah.
So how old are your kids?
23 and 19.
Yep.
Yeah, daughter's got her own sports company where she trains sport aerobics in schools and club and stuff like that. So she's busy. So, we wanted to go out for dinner, but didn't suit her, so I had to change my plans.
Now, when you say lifestyle, Anthony, can you describe for people what is lifestyle to you, or what does that mean to you?
Lifestyle means that if I want to get out early, I get out early. I finish early. If I want to start late, I can start late and finish late. I don't have to work on weekends. I do, but generally because I'm busy and don't like to do bigger jobs during the week. I just like to get my servicing work done. But if there's a bigger job, say like a filter replacement, I'll do that on a Saturday morning. So it's 3 hours, and then I'm up out. So I'll start at 8 and I'll finish that by 11. Home, rest of the day's mine. Go out for lunch, see some mates, have a few beers.
Good.
Yeah.
How do you find yourself, let's say, overall, like well-being wise and like mentally? Is it just something where, because a lot of people will probably be in your position. I've done a lot of these interviews and 30 years or 25 years and they start really good employees for their businesses, and it just gets to a point where, you think if they were pulled out to something earlier, who knows? But how is your mind and how is your well-being coming from what you were doing previously to now?
Oh, so much better. I was miserable for years. Yeah. I mean, I had staff to, control, and it's just, people ask me now, you put enough work on, why don't you put somebody else on? I said, no way. I don't want that stress. If I need help, I'll just take my son out and get him to help me. So he just does as he's told, and I don't have to worry about him signing any papers. And
yeah, it's interesting. We talked to franchisees a bit with this, and the ones who had a lot of employees in their previous staff they were responsible for in their previous job, that they're all sole traders. They don't want that problem, whereas you have other people who might not have had that experience before, have a lot of employees or subbies they have on.
Oh, absolutely. Because managing people and personalities, it's just wears you down, honestly.
The beauty of gyms, though, is you've made that's your lifestyle business. So that's what you want to do. Like, if you want to grow, you can, but you've got that business to where you don't have to do that, but you can still do it the way you want. Yep,
completely.
Now, income level, Anthony, you happy with what you're making? You don't have to say what you're making, but are you happy with your level of income you're making?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yep. No, it's I'm probably making twice what I was making in the automotive industry.
And you're happier. That's the main thing.
Oh, yeah.
More money and happier.
Yeah. And, apart from the fact that you could pay tax every 3 months. Yeah.
The best.
It doesn't come out gradually like in your wages and stuff like that. So that can be a bit of a hit depending on how well you've been going. So
yeah. No, there you go. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah. And I'd say it to people all the time, they say, you're busy. I said, I'm flat stick, I just need a day off here or there. And I said, well, I can take one. I said, but it's a good problem to have. It's better than sitting at home with no work and the phone not ringing.
Absolutely. So it's great to hear your business. You're off leads besides your referrals, which is fantastic, and a great credit to you with your customer service. You got 110 ratings in our system at an average of 4.9 stars, so we'll round it up to 5. So to you, what is good customer service to you, and why do you think you've got so many good customer surveys?
I just think you treat everybody the same, and you treat them like you'd want to be treated. Being in the automotive industry, I've heard a lot of stories told to people, but I find if you're upfront and honest, and and just go that extra mile to it's always been customer service for me, like even back in the trade. But and if I say I'm going to fix something, I'll fix it. If something goes wrong, I'll be back, I'll fix it. It's just, it's my name on my business. So I'll just go that extra mile for my customers.
Absolutely. And let's talk about now the services in the division. So maybe do you want to run through what are the services you're doing for your customers, just to educate people a bit about the broad scope that you guys can do?
Yeah, okay. We do pretty much everything from equipment replacements, sand pumps, filters, chlorinators. I work, and I know a couple of other boys do, for pool builders. So we do plumb ups and installs for them, which then we go and start the pool up and hand over to customers. And oftentimes we get them as a regular for servicing. We do general servicing, heat pumps, blankets, you name it, we do it. They're green pools.
I love watching the green pools. There's a few of the boys who do the green pool removals. They're great to watch and to see. It's quite remarkable what you guys can do.
Yeah. That's a good feeling when you go to a pool that's a swamp and turn it into an oasis. It makes you feel good, and the customers think you're a rock star.
How long does it normally take to do a green pool? Is it just a couple of days or 3 days? Or
Depends. Depends on how bad it is. Can also depend on the pool surface as well, and depend on, like I said, you might go to one that's sort of just turned, and it might be you can get it in 2 goes if you're lucky. I'm doing one at the moment, which is a black swamp, and
it's black.
It was disgusting. It had a cover on. I pulled the cover back, and then it had its own cover of green slime. And I've been there 4 times. I'll probably go back 2 more times. It's nearly there, but because it had so much material, leaf matter and stuff in the bottom. Like the first day I was there, I scooped it for an hour and a half.
Wow.
Then let it settle again, then went back and scooped it again, and I still didn't get enough out. But so it's been a bit of a process, but I'll get a good result out of that one.
Now, in your opinion, can any pool be rescued? Is there a pool that's not rescuable, but any pool can be rescued?
In my opinion, yeah. Worst case scenario, you drain it, give it a gurney and probably an acid wash and clean it up and put it back. But any pool can be rescued. Yeah.
Now, what are some of the common problems that people come to you for? Obviously, green pool is one of them. What else are people coming to you for or engaging you with for?
There's a horrible noise coming from my pool shed. Like like a pump bearing might have died, or there's water leaking everywhere. Yeah, my pool keeps going down. I don't know why. But mainly I don't get that many problems anymore. Probably just green pools are my main problem, and equipment breakdowns or upgrades. Yeah, somebody might have a system that's pretty old and it's not doing what it should, and I'll suggest to them, hey, you should maybe upgrade to this. And most of the people I recommend upgrades to, and we do it, they're really happy with the results. That's one guy I went to yesterday. I moved him from an EnviroSwim, which is a chlorine-free system, or very low chlorine, and turned him over to a saltwater chlorinator and Magna pool minerals. And he was raving. He says, best thing he ever did. He said, I can't believe the last pool guy didn't ever recommend it. He says, my pool has not gone green once, and it used to go green all the time. So, it's quite expensive to do, upgrade like that. But at the end of the day, if he's happy, it's money well spent.
Let's talk for customers as well. It's obviously Jim's Pool Care, but there's obviously mobile pool shops. So maybe you want to talk about the pool shop side of it with your vehicles.
Yeah, well, we carry, most guys buy their chemicals in bulk, so we just decant into buckets in the back. So we're able to carry quite a bit of a range. Your standard chemicals, I carry in my truck. Then I've got a big bucket with specialty chemicals like algicides and clarifiers, metal magnets, things like that. Generally carry 8 to 10 bags of salt a day, and then things like I've got a big box of tools there for doing installs. You got saws and different cutters and heat guns for melting PVC, grinders, drills, all that sort of fancy stuff. Because sometimes we're going to drill into a wall to mount a bracket, to mount a chlorinator. Yeah, so it's pretty basic actually.
Yeah, because you guys, rather than someone having to go in a pool shop, they could basically just call up you guys. Obviously, take a look at the situation, but you carry most of those things which they probably need anyway. So from a convenience point of view, just having you guys be able to come out to them and actually give an on-site opinion as well, not by showing. People might have to take a photo or show it to the guy over the counter, whereas you will actually come there and give them a critique on the spot.
Well, that's exactly right. So I've had customers show me where they've been to the pool shop, they get a printout, and I look at the details of the pool, 50,000 litres. And I said, mate, did you tell the guy that your pool's like 80,000 litres? And he goes, oh no, he just said most pools are 50,000 litres. And I said, your salt level here, it says it should be 3.5 to 4,000 parts per million. And I know the brand of chlorinator you've got runs at 5,500 parts per million. So there's a classic example of being able to give an educated opinion and advice on site, because you're looking at the environment, you're looking at the equipment, you're looking at the condition of the pool, where the equipment's located. You could have a myriad of things that the pool shop's never going to know. So, yeah, it's a bit of a guess for them, whereas we can, provide a professional service on site with all the gear and with our knowledge. Like I said, his system needed to run at 5,500 parts salt.
Yeah, because if they get it wrong, it could cost them more money in the long run, and they might not enjoy it. Yeah,
that's it. Look, I've never tell a lie, set foot in a pool shop for the first time ever the other day, and it's actually an ex-gyms guy in this pool shop, and I just needed a chemical that I'd run out of. But one of my mates told me when he used to go to the pool shop all the time, and he said it'd be nothing for him to walk out there on a Saturday morning, $150, $200 lighter, because so you need this, you need this, you need this, and everyone just goes, okay. As we go, you need this because of this, and see what's happening there. You need some of this. So I think we're really good value for money.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just having that ongoing maintenance and making it an enjoyable experience for them as well is worth its weight in gold. And I was going to say as well, with you mentioned before at the start about 2 business models when you went out for those day in the roads. I'm actually curious to know what's your business model, or what did you mean by that exactly?
Well, one of the guys predominantly just does service work and replaces stuff when it breaks. So he's happy just to plod along with his regulars. He does probably 40 pools a week and just predominantly servicing. Whereas the other guy does a bit of servicing, well, majority servicing, but he's big on upselling equipment and the other stuff. Whereas I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I like the fact that I can just go out and do 8 pools a day servicing, and I'll smash them, come home and put my feet up. But I'm happy to upsell equipment too. But that's like what I was talking about, doing that sort of stuff on weekends. The equipment is where the good money is. So if you're willing to take a chunk out of your weekend and stuff, you're well rewarded for it. It also depends on time of year. It's like in summertime, we'll be doing 8 to 10 pools a day, every day of the week. Hopefully not Saturday and Sunday, but so in wintertime, you might swap a few around and, just, reduce your service work and free up some time, whether it's to do an install or, like I said, go to lunch.
And how'd you go with the because I've been out with Posty down here for a day on the road before.
Mm-hmm.
How did you go for all the chemicals and knowing the names and the amounts and stuff? How long did it take you to get confident with that? Or in the early days, because you might have been, well, how would I know this? What did you do when you had those sort of questions? Because when I was out at Posty, I was thinking this very specialised knowledge, and like, how did you obtain that? And first of all, are you comfortable with that sort of thing?
I'm comfortable with it now. Yeah, we do have chemical cheat sheets. It'll tell you if your total alkalinity is too high and it needs to get some acid in it. You work it out, you estimate the size of the pool, and there's an equation. So there is a cheat sheet that you can use for all your chemical equations. But now, judging on the size of the pool, the equations off the top of your head.
Yeah.
You just do it. It becomes second nature after a while. Just practice.
And how did you go with quoting in the early days? Did you have quoting templates or anything, or how did you go about knowing what jobs were worth or figuring that all out?
Used to be able to bounce off other franchisees, and also Brett Blair helped me a few times with some bigger quotes. I had a couple of big install jobs not long after I started, and people came through as leads and wanted quotes, and helped me a fair bit, and then also guided me. Said, it's probably worth this much. It's probably worth this much.
And do you guys have meetings or conferences in your division? I see the conference photos a bit, so maybe talk a bit about that other extra stuff. That's not just being a franchisee. You mentioned you talk to other franchisees and Brett, which is great. What else is there from a support point of view that people might not know with pool care?
When I first started, all the chemical suppliers and people like Pool Systems and Woodra, all the account managers were really, really helpful and welcoming. They still are, but they made the effort to welcome me into the pool game, calling me out of the blue, saying, how you going, blah, blah, blah. It's been 3-4 weeks, settling in, all that sort of stuff. Just everyone was really super nice.
And this was the suppliers doing that?
Yeah.
That's great. Yep.
So, there's that support as well. And there's ongoing support from all the suppliers as well. If you've got an issue, it doesn't matter what brand it is, you ring up your account manager, and if he doesn't know the answer, he'll find it for you. Yeah, so there's support all over the place.
And what about the conferences? I know Pool Care does one of the better conferences in the division, so how do you find those?
Yeah, well, I've only been to one because of COVID.
Yeah.
So 2020 and 2021 were out. Last year we were down the Gold Coast, and that was a heap of fun. Yeah, long day in the classroom, I say, but we partied pretty hard into the night.
Yeah, work hard, play hard. That's the common word. Yeah, no, but the pool care division puts, for anyone who doesn't know, put on a really good conference. There's a couple of divisions. You guys and tennis do a really good job as well. And there's a few others I'm probably missing, but pool care always puts on a good job there. I know Brett's really big on culture as well. And I think that's sort of evident with you guys. It's a very team division, pool care, I get the sense of. And most of the blokes have got really similar sort of values in previous roles, actually, when I talk to them.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only the formal ones, but I catch up with one or two of the other boys every couple of weeks, and we go out for a feed and a beer at night time and talk shop, I guess, and try not to talk shop, but it always seems to come back to shop.
Yeah. Now, but I was going to say as well, who do you think makes a good pool care franchisee? What sort of person, attributes? What sort of person suits your division?
One is like to work outdoors. That can be a little bit challenging. Like in summertime, well, especially in Queensland, it's hot as in summer. But also, you've got challenging days when it might be storming all day and you don't want to be pushing a pool pole around a pool when there's lightning around.
Yeah, definitely not. I never thought of that with that. That's a very good point.
Yeah, and it's nothing worse than getting soaked on the first job of the day in the middle of winter and then you freeze for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I'll take that any day over what I used to do. So that was good. Also, you just have to, just be dealing with people, I guess. In saying that, I'd say probably 75% of my jobs, I don't see the person on site there at work. I just let myself in and do what I've got to do. So we either converse via email or text or phone call if it's something that I really need to explain to them, in detail. But yeah, just friendly, outgoing, be chilled.
And from back in your time in doing the training in Melbourne, was there anything that stood out to you from the 3 days in training week that you took back with you in your business, or that you still sort of revert back to? Maybe it was something Jim said in your session or something else. Was there anything of that training week you can recall?
I can recall a lot. I mean, it's pretty full on 3 days.
It is, yes.
Like specifics of probably not too much, but I just remember really enjoying Jim's talk. And I got a lot out of that. I got a lot out of what Mike Davenport presented as well.
Yep. Good man.
Yeah, he's a nice bloke. Other than that, I just remember it was really cold.
It would have been really cold. But you looking back on the journey though, Anthony, was the hardest thing out of this whole thing just making the decision to resign? Was that just the hardest thing when you look back on this, or was it something else?
The hardest thing was actually pulling the trigger on this. Resigning was the easy part because that was just humdrum, go to work, get paid, come home.
Yeah.
Once I found that I had this and I decided to go, yep, I'm doing it. Yeah, resignation was easy.
And I didn't ask you this at the start, do you have a partner, wife or partner or anything, or?
No.
No. Okay. Well, what did your kids think of doing the business?
Yeah, they thought.
Or what did your mates think of doing the business when you told them?
Really happy.
That's great.
They all thought it was a really good move and good on me for having a go. And one of the guys I used to work with in the automotive industry says, I admire you so much. He said, I'm going to be stuck here all my life because he's a bit of an introvert and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. And he says, I admire people that get out and go and do their own thing. I said, mate, anyone can do it.
And what's the plans for yourself with your business? Do you want to just keep it as where you are, lifestyle? That's what's happy with you, or pretty much. Do you want the hassle again of employees or anything, or what do you want to do?
No, I'm happy with where I'm at the moment. As I said, I don't take new leads. Good if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I'll just And best thing about taking new customers on a referral, if a good customer refers them to you, they're generally a good customer as well.
Yeah.
You don't get any dregs from the call center, and you don't do the job, and they don't pay for ages, or they whinge about this and the other. So,
and there are bad customers. We love our customers, but there can be some bad customers as well. And that's
look. In saying that, I'm talking about like the 1%ers. Just honestly, my journey through all that has been more than positive. But yeah, every now and again you get a bad one.
Do you have some customers from when you first started still with you, or?
Yeah, heaps.
Oh, really? That's great.
And I do still have some customers that have been with me since the start that I do travel a long way, out of my comfort zone, I guess you'd say, to service, because they've been good to me and they're like super nice people and they trust me. And
is that one of the things that, even though you don't see your customers sometimes too much, it might be over email and text, as you said, but do you have good relationships with a few like that who are, a bit more than customers and sort of mates in a way, and you enjoy that aspect as well?
Absolutely. Yeah. I ran into one of my customers at Suns Footy a couple of weeks ago, and we chatted for ages, and it was like we were mates, and not customer and client and provider. So and I've got a few like that. Really good people, and a lot that would be nice to go and have a beer with.
That's good. I've heard the word beer mentioned a few times. Have you tried the Jim's Law Lager yet? I know we don't have Formula One, but
No, I heard there was a bit of wasn't there an issue with that because it was looked too close to Cooper's or something?
that's what they claimed, and they sent a legal letter, and I decided to release it to the media, and Channel 10 picked it up, and next thing you know, it's in the Age and the board sheets, and it's on Channel 10 with Jim talking about a beer, which he's never drank a beer in his life. So that was worth its weight in gold. But I was going to say, what's your favourite choice of beer? What do you like drinking up in Queensland?
Oh, I'm a bit partial to a Heineken.
Heineken. Okay. There we go. I would have picked Heineken. I've been to the Heineken factory in Netherlands. It's a good spot.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting.
Been to the Guinness factory and decided to bypass the tour and go straight to the tap room.
Efficient man. That's cut to the chase that you're there for.
Yeah.
So all we'll do is thank you very much for your time, Anthony. I'm really glad because I do remember you from training, and to hear how well you're doing in the space of 4 years. We've obviously had COVID during that middle time as well, and to see that you've got a good business and you're enjoying it, it's really fantastic to see. You're having a great time being a Pool Care franchisee. We'll get this Accor voucher to you. You'll get an email to create an account. It's not a scam or anything. Create an account. You get 2 free nights at any Accor hotel around the world, so not just in Australia. And you get up to 50% of a dining bill at any Accor restaurants, and up to 15%. I think it's 15% of drinks. So there you go. You might get a free beer for every 3 you drink. You might get a free one. That's that calculation. But thank you very much for your time today, Anthony. Great to catch up with you and hear you're doing really well. And I hope a lot of people can get a bit about your story about making that change and just taking it and seeing the light and look where they are.
Yep, absolutely. Hope that I can convert at least one person.
No worries. Thanks, Anthony.
Right,
thanks, mate. See ya. Thank you for listening to the episode of the Gyms podcast. If you want to learn more about the Gyms Group, head to gyms.net or call us on 131 546 Australia or 0800 454 654 New Zealand. And if you did like the episode as well, please make sure you leave a review or a comment or a thumbs up or a comment on the video as well. We appreciate your support. And until next episode, we hope you have a great week.